All right, let's check out this next video. I seen this thing with Markiplier. He went to the hospital for his birthday 11 days ago. What was this? It was a day ago. Is this the last video he made? Hold up. Oh, no, he made a video on Insomnia. So what happened? Let's get up to date. He might talk about it or something. Because there's only like one video.
There's been a lot of things happening in a very short amount of time. Just in the past 2 weeks. So if you've heard crazy rumors about me, most of them might be true, some might not. I'm just going to make a blanket statement that some of them might not be true, but a lot of them have been true. In the past 2 weeks, while I was in Austin filming more for my movie and somehow I think of breaking the record.
What movie he's talking about? I see Corey Kenshin's in Five Nights at Freddy's, and he's also bigger than Corey. And he played Five Nights at Freddy's. It wouldn't be surprising if he's in Five Nights. Or is he doing his space movie? Which one is he talking about? He said his movie, so he might talk about the space
Most
movie.
blood in a horror movie. Yay. And I'm trying to calculate the numbers to prove that. That's a whole another story not relating to anything to do with this.
Doesn't he look like Keanu, bro?
Again, we'll get into...
Like, every time I see him, he looks more and more like Keanu. I don't know what it is. He just looks like Keanu Reeves.
That at a very
He definitely could have been like
and then
in John Wick or something, like his brother or something.
Blood was in my eyes. So if you saw a picture online of me with the most horrifying... Oh, I talked about this. God,
blood in his
this
eyes?
is so weird. I don't even remember that I did an update talking about that. Because immediately after that, I get a text from my mom saying that my grandma's not doing well. And so I have to book a flight to go out to Korea. And literally the next day after that, my grandma passed away.
I stopped at the worst possible moment. So he's Korean. He's probably Korean and white, right?
Okay. And I know this probably seems like I'm being very blasé about this update. But in reality, the trip that I went on and the ability to go out there, it was very hard to do. But at the same time, the experience was incredibly cathartic. And the way that my Korean family was honoring my grandma was extremely helpful in the healing process. And I was able to move through it. And also just like, it was just a crazy, arduous time. With the lack of sleep, the blood in my eyes, and then after I got there, I got an ear infection. And then I experienced firsthand the wonder that was the Korean healthcare system. There's so much that went on in this past week and a half, and I would love to go over.
I've been going through it in the last couple
but I
weeks.
actually have talked about this now twice, both to the members and also on the podcast. And I know I make the disclaimer being like, hey, listen to the podcast. But honestly, we weren't even able to keep up with those episodes because this just all happened so suddenly. So I do apologize for not having videos, but at the same time, I kind of don't apologize for not having videos.
Yeah, he's going through life.
I think all of you can understand that family will come first. Family always
Definitely,
comes
always.
first, and family always should come first. If your family matters to you, that is, but mine very much does. And I very much matter to my family. So I was very happy to be able to just kind of go and be there for them. I wasn't able to be there when my grandma passed, but I was able to be there.
Was he on the
during
flight
the
or something?
ceremony and during all of the different things that I had to do, and
he missed it.
cremation, burying her, and it was really, really healing and really good. And so I'm back.
That's good though.
And I do want to get back into videos because I really do feel good. I feel very, very at peace with it. I feel like so much has happened in the past 2 weeks that comparatively, it's just like one of those moments where I really like to appreciate, what I'm able to do. And I'm so glad that I still, to this day, get joy out of what I do. And I still really love waking up and being able to do this. And I want to capitalize on that joy. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to destroy myself trying to get back into videos. It's going to be an easing process. I want to finish Amnesia so bad. It's so good. It's terrifying.
Amnesia. Isn't that an old game? Amnesia, old game? I feel like he played that before. Like when I was first really getting into YouTube and the YouTube gaming side, I've always seen him playing Amnesia. So is there an updated one, a new one? Because I might play that. Or is it he's playing an old one or something? If he's playing the old one and the game is that good, I might have to play the old one.
It's captivating, and there's so many other games, obviously. That
I got a gaming channel.
There's even some recordings that we made that I wasn't able to get up all the way because obviously I was away. And there's another story in there about how I lost my bag on the flight over, so I arrived in Korea with no luggage. I didn't have any clothes. I didn't have any toiletries. I didn't have anything. I stole the pillow from the airline. It's kind of nuts. So I'll link in the description. There's an episode of Distractable that I think came out today. If not, I'll update it when it does come out. But it literally was just me basically talking about this entire experience in greater detail if you want to know the details. The short version of it is hospital. My grandma passed away, was able to be there in Korea for the funeral, was able to be there with my family in Korea, was able to share the documentary that I made for my mom, which did have my grandma in it and talked a lot about my grandpa. And I was able to show that to my family in a very poorly translated version of it, but, I was able to do that. And so that was really special, and I'm glad I took the time to do that. But I am back, and there's a lot to do, but I'm loving doing it. So I'm going to keep this relatively short. Remember, if you want the full version of the story, it's down there in the description. It's not a push for the podcast, and enough of you already know it exists. I know.
I don't even know.
This is about. It's just if you want to get the full story. Just thank you guys so much for understanding, and thank you for being here for me, and thank you for, just allowing me.
Arugga seems like one of the coolest dudes, man.
So, thank you. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
What do y'all think? If Markiplier didn't have the voice he had, would he be as big as he is? If he had a different voice? I think the voice is like the layer that does it for everybody. His voice is common. You feel me? Like it's like a easy, like low raspy voice. So it's like that, but he talks a lot higher when I talk. But that's it, man. He been through it in the last 2 weeks. He's had ear infection. His grandmother died. He had to fly to Korea. That's a lot. That's a lot in 2 weeks, man. Hopefully everything's good with Markiplier. Get back to what he does and loves to do.